for the Army. Post-traumatic stress disorder. People that have been involved in mass shootings, like let's take the theater in Colorado. People that are involved in that can't go in movie theaters anymore, and all that sort of thing, that survived that, they're bringing lawsuits now because of PTSD. And concussion in sport, we're hearing a lot about that lately. Professional athletes are really turning out and saying, oh my God, if we look and listen to these particularly football players and boxers, when they get to an older age, it's pretty apparent that they've had damage. And so we're looking at this wholesale exposure. We're looking at it in FIFA, which is, well, it has its own problems now with a bit of corruption. But in addition to that, soccer players, if you've ever played soccer and you've done a header, when the ball's coming and
it's hard.
It's hard. It's hard. You feel it.
They should have helmets for that.
Absolutely. They don't want them, Rugby is an example. So there's a lot of sport. And the issue is that children at 5 now are playing these same sports. Now, they don't have the mass that you do when you're 300 pounds, but you don't always need that much mass. You just need the right angle of hit. So these are some of the issues we're dealing with. Endocrine disruptors, boy, there's a lot of discussion about that in the industry and among medical people. Chemicals that interfere with your hormone system. In other words, they don't necessarily develop cancer, but they can mess up everything else. They go in and they change your hormones so that the body reacts differently. So we're really not sure what illnesses we're seeing today are because of something in the environment. Has it screwed up that? It's found in small doses in many products. Most common, DDT, which is now no longer. As we find these things out, we're trying our best to say you can't do these, you can't use these anymore. But then the industry fights that because these things are necessary for crops or whatever. Every time I see that thing about DDT, I'm reminded of when me and my brothers were young lads like this. We grew up in a housing project in Alexandria, Virginia in the 50s. And at that time, to treat mosquitoes, they had trucks that would come through with sprayers on the back, and they would emit this great huge fog behind the truck of DDT. Well, me and my brothers and friends thought it was just the coolest thing to get behind that and run behind that truck hiding in that fog of DDT. So if you want to know what's wrong with me, you don't have to ask. Yeah. So anyway, yeah. And of course, the thing is, our parents were sitting on the front lawn. Aren't they cute? Look at them down there playing in that fog. Who knew? And unknown.